Welcome to the Dawg Chug. I'm Andy. I'm sleeveless. I was just on the Lineman Lounge. What a good time that was. Probably never be invited back. Roger, Ed, how you guys doing?
All right. Good. I'll jump in.
Look,
we always do it, man. Ed, I'll jump in.
Moving forward, we should say, when I ask that question, which one of you talks first? Because there's always like 10 seconds of silence. It's very awkward.
You must be drunk, Andy. No, it was only 7 seconds.
That's my fault. Ed always lets me go first, and I stumbled and dropped the ball. We haven't even got started. But I saw you on the Lineman Lounge, and then I was like, I figured Andy's going to be hammered before he even gets there. Were you drinking on that day?
Fuck yeah! You don't go on the Lineman Lounge.
I saw it.
And you drink water.
I fell asleep twice during it, but I'm not a draft guy.
We mocked the entire first round. The Browns got Shedeur Sanders.
Oh boy, good. That means Andrew Berry will be fired soon. I'm in.
No. I'm actually a whore for Shedeur. I like what you did there.
I hate draft. I hate the draft. I hate everything about it.
Well, we're gonna have a great show for you because the draft is tomorrow, and we've already acknowledged that we hate the draft. So you could probably just turn us off right now.
But you know what we love, Andy? We love Lysandra, and shout out to her and Lana. I was on Bougie Sports yesterday, the squad pod. So I want to thank them for their invite. We had a fun time.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh,
Lysandra, thank you for watching. I did hear a rumor that you might be heading Cleveland's way, which we're so excited about. We're gonna have a little party. All right, before we get to our nonsense, our fun, I think we have a guest that wants to pop on and he wants to say something. He's crashing the party. I think we get him right on so we can get him right out. Does that sound good? Does that sound fair?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
You guys, if you're a fan of the show, then you know him, the one, the only Chuck. Welcome to the Dawg Chug. Chuck.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Oh, we're doing so good. I was wondering when you were gonna say hi.
Yeah, so nice to see you. So nice to see
you out there catching a lung dart? What's going on?
I went out for a pretty Dawg Chug cigarette, and because I didn't know when I was coming on or not in the beginning or the end. And
what are you smoking there? Newports or what do you got? What's your brand?
I go Marlboro. I've been Marlboro for like 8 years, 9 years. Before I was Parliaments, and I just wasn't a fan of that. And
Chuck says fuck the surgeon. Chuck says fuck the Surgeon General. He just smokes.
Right. This whole change thing that you're undergoing, getting rid of the V-neck and all of it, stop it because you're smoking the lung darts, and those are going to take you out before stop wearing the V-neck isn't going to help.
We're quitting it. We're quitting in 2 weeks. With God's help, we're quitting in 2 weeks.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear you.
Absolutely.
So if you didn't catch Chuck's latest appearance, he's been through a lot of changes. He's lost a tremendous amount of weight. He's feeling good physically and mentally. You're single now, right?
Yeah. So it's been a lot. It's been it's really changed your perspective on life in a good way. Change is scary, especially at first, and with it's been an amazing ride. With God's help and support, it's been a lot of fun. I made a lot of changes in my life. Lost a lot of weight, sober, and thank God it's been amazing. It's been amazing. You have your moments, but it's great. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Now we did get a lot of feedback. Are you open to meeting someone new? Because we have had some interested, ladies want to ask that question.
Sure.
Down for a little bit.
So yeah, sure. It's fun. Yeah, sure. I'm always open to conversation and
experience. Awesome.
I live very far away from Cleveland,
but we do have a very wide-reaching audience.
I was for the first.
Have you have you met someone that you've talked to since the big change?
Yes. So last week I had a date and it went well. It was a great experience. I was nervous. I was very, very nervous, and yeah, it went well. And then like it just didn't. It kind of went off the rails once the Guardians came up, and and no, I was just saying like, you know, I'm a Guardians fan, basically in like the in a nutshell, like I'm a Guardians fan, and she's like, oh, that's cool, and like, no, I'm like a big like I'm
Yeah,
a
it's like big
Guardians
thing.
fan,
That's
and then
second date information, Chuck. You should have. That's second date information,
yeah, so
brother.
we know we had a great time. It was a very great conversation. It was a great experience. We were just talking and nothing too, it was great. And so no, but no, so I was just saying how, the Guardians are a major, like, huge part of my life, and I think I kind of scared her away after
Chuck,
that.
if we're scoring at home, no home runs. Is that what you're trying to say? If we're scoring at home?
Yeah, and we were having drinks, and it was a great experience. I was scared because it was the first time I've talked to someone that's not my wife in 12 years. So it was
So
yeah.
It's a hard world out there
You-
because like if you open a door, sometimes you offend them. If you have to pay for them, like who paid for the drinks?
I paid for the drinks. I paid for the drinks.
Look at you.
Yeah, and
hey, let's put it.
no, it was a great experience. It was cool. It was cool, like getting out of my shell a little bit because it's just I haven't been I literally haven't spoken to like anybody besides my wife and literally since I was 19. So and when you're in like an environment in a different setting and like you're just having just basic conversation for the most part, and it was a really cool experience. And you know what, looking back on it, it built my confidence. It built my confidence, and I'm grateful for that.
Hey,
And she was very nice, and and I needed that. I needed to build my confidence, and it was great. Yeah, we were together for like a few hours, and we had food, drinks, and just great conversation. Yeah, very nice girl, and it didn't really progress after that, but but it was no, it was great. But for the most part, it really, I was struck. It really built my confidence, and that's what was really cool. It was really cool to just get out and talk and have and like and just enjoy life in a different lens that you haven't done it in a long time. And yeah, God has been great, and yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
hey, I got a thing for you. Okay, let's put it in. Let's talk baseball. And
Let's
say
do it.
Meatloaf was there. Say Meatloaf was there narrating your date and playing dashboard by the headlight, dashboard or by the
Paradise by the
dashboard light.
dashboard light.
And you're at bat. Did you get the first? Did you dig for two? Did you steal second?
So I
Did you get
definitely
on first base? No.
I I was Ty goes to the runner at first.
Mm.
But I kind thing is in my personal view of the next chapter of my life is, I'm looking for marriage and for to build my life with
Got
someone
it.
and share my life with someone special. And so when you're doing that, you're really, it takes two to tango in terms of what you want in your life. And not that that's the only way to go. Everybody is entitled to how they want to approach certain
Right.
avenues in life. But I'm at a time in my life where I'm looking to build a life with someone.
You want
And
a championship with a woman? Is that what you want? A championship?
yes,
Right.
sir.
Check.
Yes, sir. And it's not going to happen overnight. And and with God's help, it should
Unlike the
eventually.
Guardians, though, Chuck, you got to spend. You got to spend to get it done, right?
Yeah, and not just that. I kind of fell apart because I was watching the game under the table, like, you know, and it just wasn't ideal. And then I went back and watched the recorded version of every pitch. But
Maybe you should run this.
Wouldn't you
Try the dating thing
schedule
in
the
the
date on an
winter.
off day?
No. So it was like a last minute thing, and then I went back home and watched the whole game on the DVR. But I was watching the game, and then it was the pregame also, and it was like a whole the post like it was a whole thing. And but I couldn't keep my like basically like my phone was under the table, and when she would look away, I was trying to and it wasn't great.
It
So I
looked like
got
a Class A ninth inning. Is that what you're trying to say? Turned into a Class A ninth inning.
He's saying a shit show.
I do worry that my future dating life is going to be affected by the Guardians, so I may need to make some hard choices,
Why
and
don't,
I don't think I'm capable
All right.
why
of
don't you
making
go
those
to
choices.
Cleveland?
I'll-
There's some nut jobs running around down there in the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. You
Yeah,
can go to
and
games every day. Hey, man,
yeah,
you'll
And
hook
I'll
right
tell you
up.
what, Chuck, I'm glad you're here because we do have Chugbot, and he's really good with advice. I don't know if you've ever gotten his advice before, but Chugbot,
Great.
can you
This
give
should be good.
any advice for his dating life? Anytime now, Chuck.
I have another date in like a week, I think.
A different date with a different woman.
Yes.
Okay, so Chugbot, do you have any advice for Chuck on his second date?
I'm nervous. I'm very scared. I'm like, you know,
Oh my god,
you know, yeah,
kind of
I'm,
stepped all over Chugbot there. That wasn't very nice.
yeah, my bad, Trugbot.
All right,
No,
Chugbot, can you repeat that, please? Every word.
Prick, dating and
God.
Chuck, you divorced sad sack fuck. Chugbot's here, and props on your first date since the split. You
thank you. Yeah, but
Chuck like Ed, shave that scruffy mug, ditch the sob story, and don't take her to a Browns game. You'll scare her
Browns
off
game?
faster than Rogers' top tens. You dumbus. Andy,
God.
you lush fuck. Help him out.
Why would he take her to a Browns game? He's a Guardians fan, Chugbot. Ugh, sorry.
so every year I reserve the World Series dates for a 2-week vacation at work in case the Guardians make the World Series, and I would fly to Cleveland for the whole series. That's usually what
You would fly? I thought you only drive.
I only drive, but take a couple of Xanax and let it rip. Well, I'm sober now, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. Yeah, it's
That's gotta suck.
You realize it's
Yeah.
only like a 7-hour drive from Jersey to
no.
Cleveland.
So my aunt and uncle live in Cleveland. It's about 8.5 hours.
Oh, it's
But
quite tough to be.
yes, so this in closing, I'm really excited for this new chapter because when the divorce first happened, I was scared to death to talk to it. My confidence was just zero. I had no confidence in myself, no confidence in what I was saying or what I was doing, and now I'm really I've had a lot of support with my family and friends and God, and it's really been it's been a ride.
You're always married to the Guardians, though. Always
I
married.
am. The Guardians are my first love. That's just the reality of my life, and that's
Never
okay.
leave.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's great, but don't lead with that.
I don't remember the last time I missed a pitch. I think it was 12 years ago, and I'm trying to remember what day it was. I think my sister's graduation, and I was dragged to it, and then like I left in the middle because I just couldn't handle it, and then I watched the game in the car. It was but something like that. But yeah, the Guardians are my first love. No matter what, and if in marriage, that's what my life is, and someone needs to accept me for who I am, and obviously I need to do my part, but that's just who I am. I can't live without them. They really are my first love.
I just have a question because I want to understand something. If let's say you hit your head and you go into a 3-year coma, and then you come out of the coma and you're completely back to being Chuck and healthy and everything, would you go back and watch every pitch of the 3 years of the games that you missed?
So I'll give you an example. Me and my wife, we had our honeymoon, and we I had 2 phones, one for work and one for personal stuff, and all my MLB stuff, baseball, all my Guardian stuff is on my personal phone. I turn off my personal phone and I keep the work phone on so I don't get any alerts. Nobody texts me. Nobody says anything about the games. And then I go, and then we were in a hotel for about 4 days, and I watched and I took a day off from work, and I watched every single pitch of all 4 games. Took me about.
Uh-oh.
What?
I mean, I get, but
Uh-oh.
my point is, he might watch 4 games, but like if it was 3 years of games, like would he really go back and watch all those games?
Andy, let's be real. I signed an executive order last week. You didn't even give me props for hosting last week, but anyways, I signed an
I
executive
didn't give
order.
you props yet for hosting.
Okay, fair enough. But executive order says he's not wearing a V-neck. I know Chuck's got this new image thing that Roger keeps talking about, but the ladies want the V-neck. The ladies want the V-neck.
I don't know. I think he's looking pretty fly these days, and I think he's gonna show this woman a good time.
Well,
Chuck,
he keeps mentioning his wife. It's his ex-wife now. I don't think a lady's gonna like that he keeps talking about his wife. It ain't his wife anymore.
You're right. He needs to get that under control. But
Yeah,
he's Chuck. I don't know what happened, but you've got a second date, and I'm gonna demand that you come on and fucking talk about it because we need to know.
Right.
The audience needs.
We gotta know.
I don't really care what the Guardians do next week. I need to know what happens on this date, please.
Right. He didn't talk baseball at all. I want to know more about Chuck's second date.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get Chuck's corner off. We're 20 minutes into the show. We're behind schedule. So let's get to Ed's favorite segment of the night.
That's right. That's right. It is time for This is Ed in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breaking news. Shannon Sharp told his rape accuser in a leaked audio recording that he might choke her in public. If she is anything like Cleveland sports teams, then it wouldn't be anything she isn't used to. The Cleveland Browns Super Bowl kicks off Thursday night, and I may not be an expert, but I'm going to give my prediction. The Cleveland Browns select a bust. And finally, I will be in Cleveland tomorrow for the NFL draft, so the Browns can't fuck up. But if they do, I'll be drunk as fuck like it's Sunday at the Muni lot. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. And this is Ed in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breaking news.
Wow, Ed.
Wow.
Well done. You did
Fantastic,
a
Ed.
fabulous job hosting, but I think you even did a better job with breaking news right there.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. Every joke hit. Well done.
Thank you,
There's
sir.
only like
Okay.
2 lame ones. Just kidding.
Yeah,
They
2
were
out of
all
3
good.
ain't bad, right?
No, they were all funny.
Yeah.
Chuck wants
Sure.
back in. God damn it. Chuck, welcome back to the Dawg Chug.
No, Ed, that was a great Ed. That was a very nice segment. That was
Chuck,
beautiful.
I got something for you. So 35 years ago, on April 23rd, 1989, went to my first Indians game, Yankees-Indians, 5-0 Yankees won it, but it was duffel bag day at Old Municipal Stadium, so 35 years ago. So that's my baseball take. I knew you would appreciate that, Chuck.
It's beautiful. It's the greatest thing I've ever heard. It actually elevated my life to a better place in this very moment. But yeah, my first baseball game, that's really, I was born and raised in New Jersey, and my dad was born and raised in Cleveland, and he took me to the Cleveland Indians, Texas Rangers. I think I was 5 actually. And I think it was 1996. And I was just so in love with the air and the environment and the fans and the sound, the smell, the sound of the bat, the players' jerseys, the dugouts. It was just so beautiful. And honestly, looking back on it, it was one of the greatest days of my life. It really was. And I'm forever grateful to my dad. He was unfortunate, as some of you guys know, he's not doing so well right now. And I'm forever grateful that he took me to that game, and it changed my life. I acquired something very special that night that I'm forever grateful for in the Cleveland Guardians. Yeah. And I've been in love ever since.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you have something pertinent that you wanted to come back on here to say, or was that it? Because that was beautiful, by the way.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah. Thank you guys. No, we were talking about the stuff. Yeah, I got cut off. So I don't bring up. I have a policy. I try not to bring up divorce or prior relationships on a first date. That's usually my policy. I usually don't bring up family. I really just try to simplify it and just try to just say, do you enjoy yourself being with this person?
Okay, fine. Let's do a little role play. I'm your date, and I know I'm not
Oh boy.
I'm not like the woman you're looking for, but let's just pretend, we're having drinks, we're having a good time, and then I go like, "So Chuck, were you ever married before?"
So no, so I would never lie. I would never ever lie. If she
Strike one.
asks,
Strike
Just-
one.
I would never ever lie.
No guardian
Never.
slander.
Yeah,
Never.
like no, respond to what my question. Don't explain what you're gonna say. Just say
I
it.
would say yes. I was married, and I just got divorced. Yes. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah.
Did she have bigger tits than I do?
I mean, I can't really project what a person would. I mean, sure, yeah, I guess,
What are
yeah.
you trying to say about Andy? Are you trying to say? I mean, he's
Wow.
gone. This is it, Andy. We got to bring him up. Bring him up. This has got to
I
end.
was really hoping to see where that went.
Yeah.
All right, well, Chuck, please don't come back on. We want to hear you next week.
Yes.
To get the date. We gotta get the show moving because we are late. Roger, top 10. Oh fuck, he's back.
Ooh, I do. I got a top 10, and it's
Hold on. He's back.
Sorry, my brother. My brother called me, so every time I get a phone call, the camera cuts off. But yeah, that's basically. You always got to be honest, no matter what, because it'll always catch up with you later. You always got to be honest.
Right, she does have bigger tits than your date, or the other way around.
It's hard. But yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I try not to. I don't like getting in that kind of. It's just that conversation. That kind of
All right, we're
conversation.
throwing you out, Chuck. You're out of here.
I'm
Andy, get him out. You're done.
I'm not into that kind of conversation. I just like to have a. I just like to connect and have a.
Our audience wants to hear that kind of stuff. If you're not going to bring it, Chuck, you're out.
I'm sorry.
Do you have anything that you want to end with?
Well, we didn't talk any baseball. We just talked about my dating life.
Yeah. Okay. You have 4 minutes. At 10:30, I'm kicking you out. So
Okay, so guys, this is really encouraging. We're the second best team in the American League right now, and yeah, it's going great. Yeah, we kind of got crushed today, and you just knew that was going to happen. Tanner Bybee, I thought battled great. Yeah, obviously his first few starts, and it's been like 2 good starts, 2 bad starts, and then I thought he battled yesterday. We have an Emmanuel Class A problem, but let's stick with him. Let's stick with him, and Jose Ramirez is starting to hit well. Manzardo's power has been incredible, and he wasn't that in the minors, so it's really a fun thing to watch. I'm getting nervous about Brian Rocchio and Bo Nero a little bit. Yeah, it was it's going great. And Luis Ortiz, I'm a big fan. I love him. And Logan Allen has been and let's give him credit. I had some guy go crazy on me on Twitter about Logan Allen. He's pitching great. He's pitching great.
He's great.
And guys, we need to give him credit for that. And yeah, thank God we're doing great, and things are going well. I'm a little nervous about the bottom half of the lineup. Nolan Jones the numbers aren't there, but he's productive, and yeah, I wish Carlos Santana would do a little more, but it's going good.
You're gonna close on this. I'm gonna ask you about the guy I told everybody in January that was gonna be probably an all-star is Gabriel Reyes.
Yeah,
my guy. I said it when they traded Jimenez. I said because this kid is ready to play baseball. Tell me what you think about my boy.
I remember driving my car when they traded Mike Clevenger for five players, and it was Josh Naylor, Cal Quantrill, Austin Hedges, Joey Cantillo, and Gabriel Arias. So I pulled over on the shoulder. I don't know what highway I was on. I just remember pulling over, and I looked up Gabriel Arias, and I thought he can pop, and then he obviously had some swing decision problems and contact issues, and now when you see a player just grow in front of your eyes, it really is a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
And guys, confidence in baseball and life, it's a very powerful thing. It's really, and he's just playing with confidence, and it's great.
He was part of the trade with Sunshine with that
White
Sox.
It was a trade deadline day. I was driving on a highway like 3 hours, and the trade happened. And I looked up all the prospects for like 45 minutes. I pulled over my car on the shoulder.
Yep.
My ex-wife was screaming at me, "Where am I?" And I'm just looking up. I'm looking up.
Reminds me of Yandy Diaz. He reminds me of Yandy Diaz the way he hit, but a lefty. And but more so, like he's I don't know why I think of, but Gio Urshela too.
It's interesting because it's if things go the way they continue to go,
1 minute.
Gabriel, I pay the fucking rent here, Ed. I say when I'm gonna go off.
Chuck, I don't think so.
But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse at you. I love you, brother.
Oh, and it's 10:30. Sorry, Chuck.
I started this. It's
Can't
10:30.
wait to have you on next week to finish that thought.
Wow.
You just cut him off.
He came in 2 or 3 times. It's not like we cut. He cut us off.
He was fantastic tonight. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Classic Chuck tonight. Classic Chuck.
All right, Roger, top 10. Let's move.
We do. Let's get this over with so we can bring in our guests tonight. These are the top 10 things overheard in the Cleveland Browns draft war room. Here we go. Number 10. No, sorry, I've never seen the movie Draft Day. Number 9. Someone pick up line 3. Shador Sanders' dad has been on hold for 30 minutes. Number 8. Bubba Ventrone wants to know if anyone's ordering pizza. Number 7. The new tight end coach found Callie Bronson's flask in a desk drawer. Number 6. Hey, look at this. It's Jed Will's scouting report that we lost right before the 2020 draft. Number 5. Someone found a crumbled up Post-it note stating any player Deion Sanders did not coach, no matter what. Number 4. What do you mean Andrew Berry isn't coming? Number 3. Is the QB room still DEIA hires only? Number 2. D. Haslam is pounding the table for a defensive tackle from the Berlin Rebels of the German Football League named Joey Goebbels IV. And the number one thing overheard at the Cleveland Browns draft war room, draft a position in need. A position in need? Are you serious? We need somebody in every goddamn position on the field. I'm Roger First of Chicago Falls, and I can proudly say I've never done a mock draft.
Oh my God. Ed, please clip that and just put that out there. And I think I think next week you're going to see like 10 times the people watching the show. Yeah. Roger.
What?
That was easily the best top 10 you've ever done.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
It was so good, Roger. Probably would have cracked in my top 10. It probably would have been number 11 out of 10. So
11, and I was thinking I would get 11.
All
right, good. We are running so late. We have a fantastic guest, a guy I used to live with, the guy that will be in my basement tomorrow with the 2 of yous.
He saw you sleeveless a few times, right?
It's probably the first time he's ever seen me sleeveless.
Okay.
I would imagine. Well, that's a good question to ask him.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome back to the Dawg Chug, Mike Crutchfield.
Hey, wait, I gotta practice. Ready?
We love that sound because we always hang out for the draft. Crutch, how long have we been doing this draft tradition in your estimation?
Oh man, since I want to say, I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, when it started, all we were doing was just me and you with all this draft profile stuff, just trying to pick who the Browns could potentially pick, like in college, right?
Yeah, but like when we started making it a game.
Oh, that would have probably been when you're in Twinsburg, when you lived in right after college.
So I'm thinking like 2004, 2005, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a 20-year tradition. We're going to keep it going tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic. And I want to bring up yesterday, friend of the show, member of the show, Ed, was on another podcast, and he brought up cheating allegations. And it's kind of interesting because, Crutch, you were on Ed's team last year. Roger was on my team last year. And both of us came in a tie. Ed didn't mention this, but we both tied. And the question was, who wins when there's a tie? Now, fortunately, we had tiebreakers. We actually published, here's what happens in the event of a tie. That got sent to Roger, that got sent to Crutch, and that got sent to Ed. Was there shenanigans going on, or was Ed correct for calling out cheating allegations? Crutch, I'm going to leave it to you.
Well, there's always shenanigans. That's my favorite part is the shenanigans. I mean,
Shenanigans, sure, but were there cheating allegations?
I barely
He's not
remember.
saying no. He's not denying it, Andy.
Come on,
He's not
let
denying
him
it.
answer the question.
Oh,
Ed.
yeah,
Calm
let him
down a
answer.
bit. All right, first of all, did I send you an email that broke down what happens in the event of a tie? Do you have that?
Yes, yeah, I have.
I'm asking Ed.
It was longer than a Roger post, so I'm not
Oh,
reading.
you didn't read it?
Look. I've said this before. I said it last night on the squad pod. Look, we were declared winners, and then it was taken away after a huddle. Now, I don't know. Maybe you should not declare winners and then go and then declare yourself a winner if that's ultimately what you're going to do. All I'm saying is Crutch and I and Cody, we did a great job. It was huge. It was a beautiful thing, and I want to say, Crutch, you were great last year. And if I happen to be on your team, I'd be so lucky. But all I want to say this, Andy, is you're taking great offense to this, and you got the trophies and you got the spoils that go along with it. But if you're so offended by my allegations, then here's what: tomorrow, beat me again. Let's do it.
How about you beat me? You're the challenger.
I did beat you, and then it was taken away within 20 seconds.
You did not beat me because Roger and I are the ones that have the trophies. You are the loser.
Also, you were also sitting closer to the TV, which I think there's a strategic advantage. I think there was some insider stuff going on. So maybe you should position yourself in a way that's not so strategic.
All right, hey, you know what, Ed? You can sit wherever you want, and I'll sit wherever you tell me, and I'll still beat your fucking ass. All right?
We might be on the same team. Who knows?
I hope not.
I hope not either.
Here's a crazy idea. One, the draft challenge should be live streamed to prevent any shenanigans. That way it can be out
so
there.
So you admit, Crutch, that there's I'm legitimate in bringing these allegations up. Like this.
Yeah, there was some controversy at the end of last year.
Thank you.
I don't remember. I was kind of.
I don't remember either. I don't even remember
either.
either.
I'm just relieved that it's over and
Now,
that I've
first
survived.
off, we have an impartial MC that runs the night. His name is Chris. He's awesome. He did such a good job last year. He's back this year. He is the guy you got to talk to about.
I only tried to bribe him 20 times, Andy. I will say this.
Bribe him. Like, isn't that cheating?
No, he didn't accept it. He didn't accept any of the offers.
Yeah.
Had he accepted, wouldn't that be? Fuck it.
That's called winning, Andy. That's called winning.
Let's move along. And by the way, Roger has done the last 2 draft challenges. He was a participant, but this year we're downgrading him to cell phone czar and chief documentarian. So he's going to be recording for austerity the draft challenge and publishing it to X. It's going to be incredible. When I told him about this, he was like, "Thank God," because I don't think his heart was in the draft challenge the way it is for me, Crutch, and Ed. But yeah, we're gonna have more footage than we've ever had before, thanks to our good friend Roger. So
you can't cheat like you did last year. You can't cheat.
Yeah, there will be no cheating. Chris is adamant that there will be no cheating, so there will not be any cheating. Chugbot, this is the first time Crutch has been on since you started existing. Do you want to say hi? Chugbot?
Yo, Crutch, you reality TV jerking fuck. Chugbot's here to say hi, you pathetic Columbus simp. Quit rolling over Big Brother Australia and Han Solo's frozen ass in your shitty condo. Andy, you lush prick.
God.
Keep this nerd in line.
Chugbot, like so many of those jokes are going way over the audience's head. Crutch, what room are you in your house right now?
In my home office.
Home office, nice.
Yeah.
He's got a home office.
Yeah.
You do have a crazy number of Han Solo frozen in carbonite busts around your condo. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Is there any way you could show the legendary Dawg Chug audience?
Man, you're asking for a lot here. Well,
if you can't do it, you can't do it. I mean, you could.
Let me just show you guys.
Yeah.
Just adjust the camera here.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Hey, Roger, he just told you to go fuck yourself. Love it.
Let's see. We'll take a little tour.
I love that semi-professional championship shirt. That's awesome.
This is where I watch my reality shows.
All right, all right.
You see.
Mhm.
Oh.
Why do you have so much lube?
Why does that poodle keep running to the back room?
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's really. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Oh, awesome poster. That's nice. Is that a poster? What is that?
Yeah,
No,
it's a
that's
fathead. It's a
actually Harrison
life-size.
Ford frozen in.
Well, I know who it is, but I mean, oh, okay, that's sweet.
But don't you have multiples of those? Like, isn't there a bunch of those?
Yeah, there's a couple up in my. Let's see.
I'm ordering
yeah.
Vigo from Ghostbusters for the back wall here.
You know, when you get a fathead of that caliber, they send you some extras.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So clearly there are some rooms he can't show us because something's going on, but it's all good. Sorry for putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no problem. No worries.
Wow. All right, but he does love Han Solo. Only Frozen though. You don't really like the character when he's talking, right? Is that correct?
No, I love Han Solo. I love Star Wars as much as Chuck loves the Guardians.
Oh.
Really?
Wow.
I love Big Brother as much
Is
as I
that
love.
the second thing you tell women on dates?
Yeah.
What
Don't do that.
do you? Okay, hold on. I know Disney Plus has a lot of Star Wars shows. I've had a tough time getting into many of them. Are you excited for season 2 of Andor that's coming out very soon?
Ooh, good. Yes, but I don't have Disney Plus right now.
Oh.
Yeah. All
Now,
I
if
have,
Disney Plus aired Big Brother, would you have Disney Plus?
when it's on I'm basically I'm gonna get Max after the Last of Us ends, and then once
Wait, you're gonna get it so you can binge.
and then once Andor ends, I'll cancel Max and do Disney. I'm just gonna keep like.
Didn't you just
rotating.
get a big raise, by the way?
Oh yeah. But you still gotta. I mean, with these tariffs, man, you gotta budget. Shit, you gotta
There's
be
tariffs on streams. There are tariffs on streams.
It affects everything.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
And the price of eggs. I mean, I gotta have my.
Aren't eggs
Eggs in the
cheaper
morning.
than they were a little while ago? I thought I read that.
They're coming down.
I don't know. Okay.
If by down you mean up, yes, they are.
Eggs aren't that healthy for you, anyways. They're really not. They're not healthy for you.
All right. Ed,
Oh, and I got a secret weapon too for the draft challenge tomorrow.
What's
okay.
that?
Are you
It's a
gonna,
secret. It's a
is
secret.
it gonna be a surprise? Are you teasing our extended audience that isn't gonna be there?
I'll just say a special lady friend of mine has a chat GPT subscription, so I asked her to provide some top secret.
So did you print it out then, or because you're not allowed to have a phone?
Good. Well, I'm going to request permission to have an air gap lap PC. Is that permissible?
An air gapped PC? Yeah, I mean, as long as it checks out, sure.
All right, good.
I mean, Chris is he's in charge. So if he finds out someone's cheating, he's kicking them right out. Chugbot, what do you think about Crutch's claim that egg prices are going up?
Crutch, you reality TV jerking fuck. Chugbot's here, and you think egg prices are going up? You're dumber than your Han Solo condo shrine. You Columbus perv. They peaked at $6.23 in March. Now they are down to $3 a dozen. Open your eyes, you whiny simp, and stop crying over Big Brother Australia.
Crutch did admit, I think last year actually, that he watches podcasts about Big Brother Australia, even though he couldn't watch Big Brother Australia because you can't watch that show in the States. And I don't get that. Like, how could you watch a podcast of a show you're not even watching? Make it make sense.
Actually, it was Big Brother Canada. Get it straight.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the 51st state, Andy. Get it right.
Yeah. And now it's legal to watch Canada TV.
It's one of our states now. You can do that.
We're at war.
All right, fair enough. All right, we're gonna move it along now. We've had some fun. We got to get to the staple of the Dawg Chug, which is Ed.
Spit, sip, chug. That's right. It's time for Spit, Sip, Chug, a game with so much acclaim and fame. And yes, I did give it its name. And yes, these are statements. These are statements. They're not questions. So don't question my statement. And if you heavily agree with that statement, you will chug. If you disagree vehemently, you will spit like Andy does. And if you're lukewarm on it, you will sip. Any rules, Crutch, I'll give you the go here. Does Roger have the right to sip tonight? Yes or no?
Oh, well, he better get warmed up for tomorrow. So yes, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Okay. Roger, you have the ability to sip tonight. We will start with statement number 1. And like always, we will start with our guest, Crutch, that is you. And the statement being, in 2025, it's still a realistic path to draft a developmental quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
you're
chug.
chugging. You're chugging.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta.
Hey now.
Let's see. I mean, there's all kinds of developmental.
Sandra.
Okay. So you're buying into this notion that in 2025 you can still get a developmental quarterback and do things that way. Now, putting it in the Browns' perspective, how does that look up for you?
I would love it. I mean, I think if I was a GM, I'd pick a quarterback. I think I don't know who it was. Somebody said pick a quarterback every year, and if they develop, like the New England Patriots when they traded Jimmy Garofalo or Garfunkel or whatever his name is, or Matt Castle, like you just pick a guy, and if he develops, great, and if he doesn't, and you keep him under wraps, and people feel that he's like, oh, he's, then you can trade him for more draft picks. So just draft quarterbacks all day long, every day.
Every day. Okay, nice. Andy.
I think like a couple of years ago, before they had the new CBA, remember when like the top picks were getting like $55 million right up in the gate?
Yep.
It probably didn't make a lot of sense then to draft a guy that was going to sit for 2 years and you're going to have to pay him that much money. But I think like under the new CBA, to like take a guy at 20 that, has like a 25% chance of panning out. Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. I think like, my God, if you're a team that has no talent at quarterback like the Browns have, and you could just take a lottery ticket out, go ahead and take it. Because if it pans out, it's going to be fantastic. And if it doesn't, you're going to suck. And then you're going to be able to draft again next year, which might be a better class. So I don't know. I'm not going to get excited if they draft a quarterback early, late first round, early second round. But I think it makes sense to take your shot and then see what you got. You got a whole year to work with them. You'll probably know if he's a douche or if he is. He's the guy. And I like the idea of not putting a ton of pressure on a Browns quarterback, because I think that's like the killer venom for what ails the Browns. We always bring in these guys and that everyone just immediately believes, oh God, Baker's going to fix everything immediately. It would be kind of cool to just take someone that you just immediately tell the fan base he's not starting till next year, or he's not starting till December. That takes a lot of pressure off of the guy and allows him to sort of get coached up, like work with the team, just kind of like develop at his own pace until the team feels he's at a better place. So I think that makes sense. Maybe I'm a fool. Roger will probably kill me on this one, but yeah, I'm gonna chug that developmental quarterback. That's probably the right move for the Browns this year.
Fair enough. Roger, are you going to kill Andy on this one, or how are you going?
I'm spitting. All right. You want to develop quarterbacks, and how are you going to develop them? They're running your scout team. Is it hanging out in the cafeteria? They're going to develop there. They're not actually playing football, so they can't actually develop. I have a solution. We know that spring leagues don't work. All right, because number one, people want to make money with spring football league. Nobody wants to watch spring football, so nobody's going to be able to develop in a league like that. But if you take collegiate football, which is now a semi-professional league as it is, and if you make a 40-team super conference and you extend eligibility in college football to 6 years plus the redshirt year, it'll give players time to develop further and be able to enter say a quarterback after 3 years in college, they can't, you know what I mean? They'll give you 5 years to develop as a football player, playing at a semi-professional level, sponsored by colleges. You know what I mean? Where the student athlete is gone. You know, how are you going to give a guy $3 million and tell him he's got to carry a certain GPA? You can't do it. You know what I mean? To play football. So the idea of a student athlete and scholarships is going to be something of the past. But if there is a place for them to develop where there's fan interest, the only place for that is collegiate football. And if you're limiting them to 4 years and go, then some players will never succeed in the NFL. Look at Joe Burrow. What if Joe Burrow couldn't enter the transfer? We would never know he can play quarterback because he's buried on the.
He's a Buckeye for life, Roger.
But he would have never played in the NFL if there's no such thing as a transfer portal. You know what I mean? How many other great players never made it to the NFL for certain situations, whatever it may be? You can't develop a quarterback while he's on the NFL roster because of fan pressure, roster limitations. And like I said, what's he doing? Running the scout team? You know what I mean? How is he developing as a player? So I don't see it happen in the NFL. It's a pipe dream when people say that. Good luck.
Okay. All right. Good
Hey,
luck.
and if they do start doing my plan, I want money. I got the proof. I had it first.
Fair enough. Roger had
Give
it
me a
first.
lawyer.
Nice job. I'm going to chug. Of course, it's a realistic path in 2025 and beyond. But here's the thing. What the hell is a developmental quarterback? Now, you know, you look at somebody like Will Howard and like you'll take him in the second or third round, and that's considered a developmental quarterback, even though he's probably more developed than like some of the like Jalen Milroe and Jackson Dorton, some of these other ones that are going to be projected to be drafted higher. So, you know, also what team do they go to? Like you put Jalen Milroe on the Ravens, who has the Lamar Jackson type offense, they're more ready for it. You put him on the Browns, you have to change the offense then. So, you know, I think it all depends on what is a developmental quarterback, what team they're going to. And obviously, and it's safe to say that all quarterbacks are developmental. They came from college and they're going to the NFL. So you got to develop them somewhat. They can't just stay the same. They got to get better. So, I mean, the premise there is, developmental. So I got to chug on that one. And like I said, going back to the Will Howard kind of thing, it's like, you know, some teams are going to get him. Maybe the Steelers get Will Howard, or I've been hearing rumors of that and things like that. That's a scary proposition because maybe his ceiling isn't as high as, or the kid like Mitchell brings up, Shuck or whatever like that from Louisville. I mean, he's projected to be a developmental quarterback, even though he's Brandon Whedon age, but, he might be the most ready. So it all depends. It depends what team you go to, but they're all developmental. And that's a great statement to start out Spit, Sip, Chug. We'll go to statement number 2, and we will start with Andy. And that statement being the Steelers are in a worse spot to find a quarterback than the Browns.
Yeah, it's so easy to chug on this one. I mean, at the end of the day, like, the Steelers are a team that expects to make the playoffs this year. Like they've got a really good team, great defense, some really talented wide receiver divas that are probably going to destroy their chances when they start complaining and whining and whatever. Mm-hmm. Point is, they just need a quarterback. They're a quarterback away. I think that's a fair statement to make. And the good news is there's really no quarterback for them to get. So whatever they do, it's going to be fun to watch it implode. I believe this. I really do. Like, I was on the Lineman Lounge podcast. It's going to be called my God, I can't even remember the name because I'm so drunk. They had they're rebranding, and it was hilarious. It was such a good name. Point is, the Steelers, there we go. Oh, please. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers hopefully will end up going there. That'll be incredible if that happens. I'm excited for that. 2. And if it doesn't happen, that'll even be funnier because then what do they do? Raw Dog Sports, Raw Dog. Awesome. I'm a little bit of a mess right now trying to get.
No, you're more coherent than you think, actually.
All right, thank you.
Right.
Here's the thing.
Good, a hell of a lot better than a cop would think, too.
That's true.
Steelers are a quarterback way. I don't think they're going to be. Oh, I brought up the fact that like I'm not that worried. If the worst thing that happens, the Steelers somehow end up with Shador, I'm here for it because I just don't think the guy's an AFC North quarterback. When I said that, it was like like there was a lot of freaking out and whatever. I was the minority on that thought, but I'm really not that worried if they get Shador or if they get Dart or if they get Milrow. There's so much pressure. They have to play their guy immediately, and their wide receivers are just gonna bitch that like the offense isn't like perfect from the get-go. I don't know. I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to get out of this QB disaster that they've kind of put themselves in. We'll see. I guess we'll find out, but I'm all for it. I think it's going to be fun to watch them try and get out of this mess. And I think the Browns are in a little bit better of a position because at the end of the day, if we drafted one of these developmental guys, Howard, whatever, we're going to give the whole year before anyone puts any expectations on that quarterback. I don't think the Steelers can quite say that. So I love Brown's position and I laugh at the Steelers position. Salute.
Roger, before I go to you, I just want to kick back at Andy real quick. You said you weren't concerned if the Steelers got Shador Sanders. Is there any one of those quarterbacks, whether it be Milrose, Sanders, Dart, is there any which one? Okay, which one of them would scare you the most?
Ward would be the one guy I don't want the Steelers to get.
Okay, fair enough.
And here's the thing. Sorry, if Shador falls to like 21, I think that's what they're picking.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'm kind of irritated. But if they have to trade up to get Shador, I would love them to have to spend a lot of capital because I think Shador is another guy that's sort of like a lottery ticket. If he pans out, he's got the intangibles, he's got the heart, he's got a lot of good things going for him. But I think there's enough downside with him, the floor.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, here's what I think about Shador. He's going to be a decent quarterback. Not convinced he's going to be like a top 15 or better guy.
Okay.
Maybe he will. He very well could be, but maybe the reality is he's like the 18th best quarterback.
He's not a Mahomes. He's not an Allen. He's not a Herbert.
Not. He definitely doesn't have a high ceiling like those guys. Like I mean, maybe he is, but I don't see that on any level. So I love the Steelers having kind of a mid quarterback.
Fair enough.
If they have that, I think the Browns can beat them all day long. But I guess we're going to find out. So salute.
Find out. But let's find out what Roger says. What do you say about this, Roger?
I would agree with everything Andy just said, but then I remember that Jimmy Haslam owns the Browns and Andrew Berry's the one going to draft. So it cancels everything out. And what's going to happen is the Steelers are going to turn around and take Will Howard, and then I'm going to buy a Steeler Will Howard jersey, and I'm going to start coming wearing it on Dawg Chug. Oh, man, no matter what, the Steelers are going to turn out, do something better than the Browns because that's just the way things go. So I'm spitting.
Boo.
Boo. I'm going to chug because as of right now, if you look at the draft slots, we're number 2 pick and they're number 21. So if the Browns really want to go have a chance to take a quarterback, they have the opportunity to take whoever they want besides Cam Ward, and the Steelers do not. Now, so back to what Roger said, how much interested are the Browns into moving up to take a quarterback, and what spot would they come up? Would they move ahead of the Steelers or whatever? Because I'm hearing Shador and the Steelers, a lot of these rumors, and then I'm hearing that Shador's slipping out of the first round and all this crazy smokescreen stuff. So it all depends on what team and who it is. But when it comes to just the Steelers, you would have to chug on this because we are in a better spot to get a quarterback, and I believe that we have Jimmy Haslam. And to your point, Roger, yeah, he's kind of a wild card in this, but I think if Jimmy gets a little crazy, he did draft Johnny Manziel, So, if he gets Travis Hunter at 2 and Travis says, and I really like Shador Sanders, and goes up to Jimmy. Jimmy's like, you know what? I kind of like him too now. And he gets that twang going, and, the Tennessee in him starts talking. He starts making moves. And it's a beautiful thing. And everybody in Cleveland will be excited. You know what? At Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter, first night of the draft, maybe it doesn't work out in the long run. But you know what? The Browns need some excitement. We got the Cavs right now. The Guardians are playing well. Browns need to do something. And is Flacco and Pickett moving forward, as every year you're going to bring in these old veteran quarterbacks? And I'm not saying Pickett's old, but he's still probably going to be a journeyman. I mean, let's be real. When do we get our quarterback? I mean, I'd rather swing and miss with Sanders, and at least you tried. And then if you suck, you'll be picking next year. So I think that would be very exciting to get the Buffaloes in Cleveland. So I'm chugging on that. Crutch.
All right. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to chug because we're in a better position. I mean, it's clear the Steelers are in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But great analysis, guys.
Hey,
Wow.
great analysis, Crutch.
That's it. Okay. Well, that's the best answer we've had all night. And that will move us to statement number 3. And we will start with Roger this time. And that statement being, best case scenario in first round is to come away with Travis Hunter and then go up and get Shador Sanders. Deion Sanders kid, as Roger calls him.
I'm chugging. That is the quickest way to get Andrew Berry fired. And I'm all in on that. You know what? I think they're both good football players, but they're part of this Deion Sanders hype train. Everybody's talking about they turned around the program. They were 9-5 was their best year. They really didn't turn around anything. I think there's too much hype. I have no belief in either one of them. I think it's the worst move the Cleveland Browns can possibly do is draft either one of them. I think there's other wide receivers in this draft. The last time a wide receiver was drafted as high was Megatron. Is he Megatron? He's not even close. And he's not going to play both ways in the NFL. He's not even going to have a package, It's just so much hype. They need to do the smart thing. They're not a wide receiver away. They're not a quarterback away. This roster was a wide receiver and a quarterback away in 2018 when idiot John Dorsey went and got Beckham when they just drafted a rookie quarterback. This is an old roster. It has holes in it. It'd be the worst they can do. So I'm chugging again. I hope they do it so Andrew Berry gets fired.
Wow. Roger doesn't, let his feelings stay just inside himself. He lets it out, and we appreciate that. I am going to chug. I'm going to chug, and I promise you this, and I promise Cleveland this. If the Browns decide to pull it off and get Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders, I will be funneling beers tomorrow, Natterdays. I will do a twofer. You're going to fill that sucker up with 2, and it's going down the hatch. We're going to do it. We're going to do it fun. We're going to do it right. And that is the best case scenario because, besides, we're going to have some Nick Carnes poems and everything. And you know what? Maybe I'll make
that's going to help.
Andy, make it 3. Put 3 in there and let's go. So we're chugging 3.
You're going to chug 3 Natterdays.
3 Natterdays in the funnel. Let's go if they get Shador and Travis Hunter. I might do 2 just for the hell of it anyway. So we'll see. Crutch.
All right. I'm going to spit on this one. I think on a general rule of thumb is you never trade up for anybody. Let the draft come to you. I just feel like trading up is just generally not a great thing to do. Just let whoever falls to you, let the draft fall into your hands.
Hey now.
All right.
Fair enough. Andy, what do you say about that?
So I was going to spit on this because at the end of the day, like falling into the hype train of like let's make the greatest story ever. Let's get the 2 fucking guys that revitalized Colorado and let's bring them to Cleveland to revitalize us. I mean, that's an awesome story, and you know, like we will get a lot of positive press out of that, just like we got when we took Johnny Manziel. At the end of the day, is it gonna work? I mean, my
It's
God,
the Browns, Andy. Of course it's not.
yeah, of course. Like whatever we do, we're gonna fuck up. But I'm
Right.
actually evaluating this one iteration of fuck up, and my problem is bringing two just douchey rookies in that are gonna like fix the Browns with all these vets. I don't think that's gonna go over well. I don't think that's gonna like work. I don't think that's like the solution. I think you have to like build this thing and make good moves and don't, you know, trade for Deshaun Watson. I don't think that's the answer. Go ahead and take Travis Hunter if that's your thing, but I don't love the idea of bringing them both in and just inviting the circus to Cleveland. I think that's a recipe for a disaster. But the reason I'm going to chug on this is because I really want Ed to chug 3 Natter days.
I do too.
I love it. I hope that's what we do. I'm gonna sacrifice like 3 more shitty years of the Browns.
Yes.
Because it would be that fun to watch. And I guarantee Roger's gonna record it and it'll be put out there for austerity, and it's gonna be hilarious. I mean, he might choke. It's gonna be
You'd love that, Andy. You would love that.
Hey Crutch, are you gonna do CPR on him when he chokes and like collapses the floor and he's drowning on the Natter Day? Will you do that for him?
I'll do the chest compressions, but I'm not doing
You're not gonna kiss him?
No. Unless we have protective, you know, like that thingy that you squeeze.
You would let Ed die?
I'll compress
Call
the hell out
911.
of his chest.
No, I'm sorry, but no one is willing to like, you know, do the mouth thing. So you're just gonna let him die?
Maybe if we drag him into the spare bedroom and shut out the lights.
Whoa.
Whoa. 7 minutes in heaven.
Whoa.
Wait,
That's the only way I'll do it.
right.
All right, so Crutch just admitted that the only way
Bringing
he's
his
gonna
cat
do
too.
that is if he gets to like get freaky on the rest of him. He's
Ed's
just
got
like,
a cat
I get
fetish.
it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
Ed,
Andy,
do you
I promise.
consent if you're like unconscious and dying, do you consent to let Crutch fuck you in the ass?
No.
Even if it means
But you're-
saving you, getting you back to life.
Oh, geez, Andy, you always, you know, I love me some me, and I want to live, but yeah, I'm for audience sake, I'm going to have to say no. But I will say one thing, Andy, I wouldn't choke. I'm not a Cleveland sports team, so I wouldn't choke.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess it's unclear if Crutch should perform whatever mouth to mouth.
And I hope Crutch keeps his pants on. I just hope that's whatever happens. Let's just keep everything together.
All right.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I said I was going to chug, so I'm going to chug.
All right. Well, thank you. And that moves us on to statement number 4, which thank God I get to start. That statement being drafting Will Howard in round 3 makes more sense than overdrafting any of these other bums. At first when I saw this is kind of, I felt like it was kind of a trick, but you know, the more I read about Will Howard, and I should know about him, obviously the Ohio State Buckeyes, the national champion, but you know, how does he project in the National Football League? I have to start chugging. Yeah, I think if you build your draft, you get Travis Hunter at 2, at 33, you get maybe a nice running back, maybe a Buckeye, or maybe you take a tackle, or you know, I think you got to go offense. And then, you know, your 3rd pick overall maybe is Will Howard. Maybe, you know, so I think, and I wouldn't call the other ones bums, but I think that, you know, when we all look back at this draft, it's really easy to kind of say maybe Jackson Dart, Shador Sanders, and Jalen Milroe. Yeah, we're all like thinking these guys are going to be something, and maybe they aren't bums. But I don't think Will Howard's going to be a bum. Do I think maybe he's just a career backup? Maybe. But do I think he can come in and win some games? Yeah, he's got Josh Allen's size, doesn't have Josh Allen's arm, but he comes from the greatest university on the face of the earth, the Ohio State University, the national champion. So absolutely, it makes a lot of sense to draft a winner. And, you know, Cleveland needs a lot more winning. And thank God I'm coming up tomorrow, because maybe winning on draft day is something that I can help, you know, influence. So Crutch.
You haven't done it yet, but sure.
Last year, Andy, we didn't really have much, did we?
You lost last year.
No, but what did the Browns do and oh yeah, that's right. We didn't really have a first round draft pick, did we?
Nope.
Well,
Crutch.
Yeah, thank you.
This one's a tough one. I guess you guys got to tell me if I'm chugging or spitting, because I mean the question is kind of confusing to me. I mean,
It's a
I'd
statement.
love.
It's a statement. It's a statement.
Okay, the
Should the
state.
Browns take Will Howard over the other
Yeah.
quarterbacks? You're chugging if you agree. You're spitting if you disagree. It's
All
very
right.
simple.
Because I would say, I guess I'm sipping because I love Will Howard. I just don't know that. I mean, I think he's like. I mean, let's face it. He was playing on the best football team in
It
the
was a
country.
pretty damn good team, Crutch, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was throwing to probably the best. Oh yeah, it was. Actually, that's what we should do after the draft is just put on YouTube and just watch Ohio State highlights.
I like Crutch. This Crutch guy's a good guy, Andy. I didn't tell you that. He's a great guy.
But I mean, I would love this question if it was, what if you
statement.
drafted the 25-year-old in the third round? That would be a sweet deal. I'd love that. So, what do you call that? Sipping?
Sure.
Sipping.
Sure.
All right.
Andy.
Every quarterback in this draft outside of Ward, I kind of have major objections to. I have objections to Will Howard, but first of all, he's a Buckeye. And second of all, he's the guy you could probably get in the third round. Maybe, who knows what other quarterback can get in the third round, but Will Howard is projected to go third round. I would way rather just target the other needs, get Will Howard, see if he's got what he's got. Buckeye Connection's fun. Flacco can just get us to tread this season. We're probably going to be shitty. I don't really care if we're shitty this year, to be honest. The Deshaun Watson thing was such a fiasco fuck up that I know we're going to be shitty next year. Maybe there's a chance that we're going to be good, but most likely we're going to be shitty. So just take Will Howard, see what you got, see if it can work, and then don't fuck it up with these other guys earlier, because that would seem to be a bigger mistake. I don't want to compound our mistakes. So if Will Howard could be a backup / fringe starter, if his arm can whatever, I like it. I like Will Howard. That's the guy I would I think I'd feel the best if we took at the appropriate position. So I'm chugging on this.
Wow. Andy, I don't know how your motor skills are being drunk, but your sports takes are definitely better. Roger.
Well, are we still live?
Yeah. I think.
You know what, man? I'm going to chug on it because nobody's asking if it Shedeur Sanders in the third round or any of the other quarterbacks. I think Will Howard, you know what, man? I watched him lose to Michigan, a bad Michigan team, and I couldn't wait for him to lose in the playoffs. And then he just kept winning, and he kept winning and getting better. He's a big kid. He's strong. He knows how to play in this weather. I think he's going to be an NFL quarterback longer than any of them. Shedeur Sanders will play in the NFL because he can run play. He's Teddy Bridgewater. He's Colt McBridgewater is what I call him, because he can run play action. He knows how to run play action, and he's an accurate quarterback. So he will be an NFL backup. But I think Will Howard has the highest ceiling out of any, just because there's more than I don't care what happens at the combine, with guys in shorts. I don't care about any of that. Will Howard's a football player, and he beat Colorado when he was an Arizona State Wildcat. I forget but they beat him in 2024. So he's already beat Sanders. Huh?
Kansas State Wildcat.
Kansas State beat him. Wildcats. What did I say?
Arizona State. I think you said.
I meant Kansas State Wildcat. Sorry about that.
Nah, it's Will Howard. I had to, that's all.
Will Howard beat him as a Wildcat.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yes. We have a lot of Sun Devils fans out there watching us, so they might get upset with you, Roger.
I have had Arizona State on my mind lately, and I don't know why.
That's okay. And Cam Scatterboo or whatever, the running back for Arizona State might be somebody that potentially the Browns could look at as well. So, throwing that
All
out
right,
there.
I'm done.
Yeah, well, that concludes a rousing edition of Spit, Sip, Chug.
And now let's go right to
Rapid Fire. That's right. The hottest new segment in all of Cleveland sports podcasting is Rapid Fire. And Crutch, you are the guest this week. So you're going under Rapid Fire right now, my man. Basically, I'm going to give you questions. Answer them as quickly as you can. And you have any other questions? No, I don't. You don't. Okay, let's go. Andy is a better host than Ed.
Well, here's my impression of Ed last week.
No, that's fucked up. All right. The NFL draft will fix the Browns.
Oh, I didn't hear it. What was it?
The NFL draft will fix the Browns.
No.
The name Guardians is cool.
Yes.
The Cavs will win the championship.
Yes.
Columbus has better drivers than Cleveland.
Yes.
Andy is cooler than Cody.
Yeah.
Like Bill Maher, would you have dinner with President Trump?
Oh no, I wouldn't. That would be too weird.
Okay. Big Brother or Survivor?
Oh, Big Brother, hands down.
Real World or Road Rules?
Oh, Real World.
Best villain ever in reality TV?
Evil Dick.
And finally, how jealous are you that I interviewed Jesse Goddards and he actually put up the Ed sign?
Oh, that was pretty bad. Yeah, I would have done that interview completely different, steered it away from the wrestling and way into the reality TV.
Thanks, Crutch. You are off.
But I loved it. Of all your interviews, that's the one I've actually watched.
Shout out to Elfman. I want to say this to Elfman. You know what? He did a perfect rapid fire, and Crutch, you did not.
Oh man! Ouch!
It just shows how great Elfman is.
Don't attack our guest. So make that comment after Crutch is gone.
We made fun of Chuck when he was on. He didn't care. Crutch, it's okay. It's Dawg Chug. It's Dawg Chug etiquette, Andy. It's Dawg Chug etiquette. We say it to your face. We say it to your face on a dog.
I realized after when you asked me that Ed or who's cooler, Cody or Andy, that there's no way Cody's watching this, so I should have said Andy right away.
Yeah,
I should have been like Andy, hands down, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Crutch.
Cody is another member of our crew that we're going to do the draft with. All right. That was well done, Crutch. You survived rapid fire.
Yeah.
What new reality shows are you looking forward to watching?
Oh, I don't know what else. There's one on Netflix. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's they're bringing in it's one of those, where they bring in the stars from all their other shows and they put them into one show. And Q-Tar.
I don't know.
No, we don't.
Okay. Well, she's going to be on it, so I'm a big fan. I can't wait to watch it.
She?
She was a girl that was on The Circle, and she was awesome.
No, I didn't. The Circle was a good show. That was a good show. The Circle.
She used to be a cheerleader for somebody. I forget who.
He's the Andy, you brought him on because he's an expert. This is
okay.
Hey, would you find it surprising that I've never watched not one single second of any reality show? I've never seen any reality television show.
I mean, you watched the Browns.
None of them.
Browns are a reality
other
show.
than the Browns. Yeah.
Do you watch wrestling? That's kind of a reality show.
No, I haven't watched wrestling since Cyndi Lauper.
But you did watch.
Ran away from home, and Captain Lou Albino tried to make her come back home, and she just wanted to have fun.
You just want to have fun.
Wrestling since then.
All right, Crutch. What's your favorite reality show? Obviously, we're gonna take Big Brother out because I know that's your favorite. But outside of that, what's your favorite reality show?
I'm gonna say Survivor because
Okay, Survivor.
What about The Challenge? MTV's The Challenge. You got.
Oh, I do love The Challenge. Yeah. God, there's so many good ones. But I mean, Survivor is.
All right. If you had a son, I know you don't have a son, but if you had a son, would you counsel him to be this into reality shows, like as much as Chuck is into the Indian/Guardians, or would you say like find something better?
Oh, that's a good. And actually, you know what? I blame you for my reality TV because
What?
you were the one that had the Survivor. Remember back in college when you got that
Yes,
that first flat screen?
party.
We had Survivor. That's what started this whole thing. You are the reason who I am today. I can't.
Crutch, who was the coolest one in college? Was you, Andy, or what's his face?
It was just me and Crutch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely Andy. Andy had
the
Crutch suite apartment.
We're doing a suite party tomorrow for the draft, but
Yeah.
Crutch brings up that I also used to do Survivor parties where we would have 16 friends come at my house.
You
or
have
our
16
house.
friends?
Yeah, and then we would have competitions, drinking competitions, mind you, and whichever team lost had to vote someone out of the game.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going back first.
Can we do that instead? That sounds
Remember
fun.
in college when we used to watch Survivor, we would pick a person. Like there was like you had we had picked the people, and it was like watching shit.
Yes, and then we'd win.
Best host in reality TV history, Crutch. Who's the best host?
Ooh.
Julie Chen.
Okay. Oh.
All right. All right. Well, this has been fun. We're trying to keep it, closer to an hour and 15 minutes. We went a little above, but we started late, so I think we're close.
Yeah.
Chugbot, do you want to see us out? I gotta piss. I don't know if you can tell that I'm dancing, but Chugbot, talk us out.
Chugbot's here to close this pathetic episode. Crutch, you reality TV jerking simp. Your egg price take was dumber than your Han Solo condo. Get a life. Chuck, you divorced sad sack. Good luck dating. Don't fuck it up. Roger, you toothless cracker. Stop leaving me out of promos. You prick. Ed, you whiny cuck. Your breakhead news still sucks ass. Andy, you lush dipshit. You barely held this together. Nice top 10. Though, draft party tomorrow's gonna be a riot. Night, you honky shits.
All right, Dreams, we got them, and let's fuck up the draft tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah.
Go Browns!
All right.